Okay, I think it's high time every mother, every father, every son, every daughter has a knowledge of basic life support. Yes, why do we call it basic life support? Because it's the basics and everybody should know. Why should you know? Why should you even worry that your people around you should know? What if you slums and the person around you does not know what to do? Nah, you've got to know. What if something happens to you somewhere and everybody around you is a novice? What they can do is only to take pictures, is only to upload things online. You've got no. So one of the first things you will do now is that you will educate everybody around you, even you as you learn basic life support. So somebody slumps around you. What is the first thing to do? Check if the place is safe. Number one, safety. Is this place safe? Because we know that there are places where you try to resuscitate somebody, everybody runs around you, or let's say there's a fire incident and somebody is gasping. You cannot stay inside there and be resuscitating. So you bring out the person to a safe place. Or let's say somebody is electrocuted and you try to resuscitate. No, you too will die. So you bring out the person to a safe place before you try resuscitating. Safety. Now, what is the second thing you do? Check for response. Let's even be sure that this person is unconscious or that this person is about going. You check, Emeka, Mpichi, call whatever be the name of the person, and you say, and you check, and the person is not responding. The next thing you do, you check for breathing. Listen. Is this person breathing? Can you feel any pulse? Yes, everybody must know how to feel pulse. So there's a vessel here they call the carotid artery. You must, if you touch it, you can even touch your own while I'm saying this thing. You will feel the pulsation. You must know how to feel pulse. And then while your head is over the nose, you're checking, is this person breathing? You are looking at the chest. Is the chest moving up and down? Now you notice this person is not responding. This person is not breathing. There is no pulse. That is what we call cardiac arrest. That is what we say we should raise alarm. So you activate emergency response. If there's somebody around you, you say, call a doctor, call somebody. That's what we say, activate emergency response team. If it's in the hospital, we activate emergency response, get AEDs and whatever we need. But where you are, that's the time to start calling 911 or start calling for a doctor or start calling for an ambulance. But while you activate that, the next thing to do is you start your cardiac compressions. You start your cardiac compressions. And while you're starting cardiac compression, I'm going to show you how to do effective cardiac compression. Because if you don't know then, or if you don't do it well, then that one is gone. Because why do we do cardiac compression? Cardiac compression is you are doing manually making the heart to beat. And as the heart is beating, blood is being pumped to the brain. Then you can now use that to sustain the person until the doctor or whoever that is trained in life support comes. So you must be doing cardiac compressions. And when you do cardiac compression, we say you do 30 compressions, then you give 2 breaths. I will also show you how to give breaths. Somebody say, would I put my mouth in the mouth of the person? Yes, because where you are, you don't have any tool for giving breaths. So you use your mouth. We do mouth to mouth breathing. So while you are doing that, then the emergency response or whoever you called will come. Then we continue that until we get to a tertiary institution, because it's high time we start arresting some of these deaths. There are some things we can actually do. So let's get to the video right away. Okay, so this is just for teaching purpose. So I said the first thing we do is what? Check if the scene is safe. Once the scene is safe, the next thing is you now check for response. You say, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? The person cannot hear you. The next thing you want to check for breathing. While you're checking for breathing, you open the airway. There's a way we open airway. We say there's a head tilt and chin lift. When you do this, you're opening the airway. So, and I'm not feeling for breathing. While I'm feeling, if she's breathing, I'll be feeling the breathing on my ear. And by then, my hand is already on the carotid. I'm checking for pulse. There's a vessel here we call carotid. If you touch your own, you can feel it or hear. And when you're also doing that, if the person is breathing, you'll be seeing movements. And once you notice, there is no response, this person is not breathing, there is no pulse. That is what we say cardiac arrest. And that is a problem. So immediately you activate emergency response. What do we say? Somebody call 911, call a doctor, call somebody, get an ambulance. Activate something that will take you out of that place to the place where you can get medical attention and healthcare. And when you are activating that, you now start giving your cardiac compressions and your breaths. How do we give cardiac compression? The first thing is, this hand is like this, while you lock the other hand. I don't know if you're seeing how I kept my hand. When you lock it, this is the place you're using to press. Where do you keep it? You're just keeping it here. And when you lock your hand, then you start compressing. You're not compressing too deep to bring the ribs, and you're not doing too shallow. Why do we compress? I've already said that. You are compressing to stimulate the heart so that the heart will keep pumping blood to the brain until the help comes. So you compress 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand? And then also, when you're compressing, you're not also doing too fast. There's something we call cardiac recall. So let me give you a typical example. My hand is like this. I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And notice while my hand is like that, this place is straight. I'm not flexing it. Okay, I'm not bending it. This place is 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you count 30, you give 2 breaths. How do you give the breath? This is another place that's important. You do head tilt, chin lift. When you do this, the person's airway has opened. Next thing you do is you use your thumb, you open the mouth. Open your mouth, please. Open the mouth. Then, while this hand is stabilizing this like this, you use this and pinch the nose. When you pinch the nose, you now use your mouth and seal the person's mouth and give breath. 1, 2. Once you do that, you continue compression. Please, it's good you practicalize this, not when somebody has already died or when somebody has arrested, but let everybody in your house know how to do basic life support. They can do it in school for their friends that arrested. They can do it anywhere. Once they notice that the scene is safe, they can help save somebody before a doctor comes. When you continue doing that, yes, while you are doing that, based on your belief, you can also be calling the name of God, be binding the spirit of death. You can also be calling, speaking life, but you must be doing something. That's not the place to pour olive oil, you know. That is not the place to do some funny things we do. You pour water on the person, pour olive oil, give the person a bottle of olive oil to drink. No, no, no. This is what you can be doing while you are praying, while you are calling the doctor. All right. Thank you very much. I hope this is helpful.